Unraveling, more on that later, a guide to understanding. Hello and welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into a fascinating aspect of the English language, focusing on the phrase, more on that later. This expression is widely used in both spoken and written English, serving as a bridge in conversations and narratives. Understanding its usage can greatly enhance your comprehension and fluency in English. So let's get started. More on that later is a phrase used to indicate that the speaker will provide additional details or information on a topic at a later point in the discussion. It's a way to acknowledge a subject without diverting the current focus of conversation. This phrase helps maintain a clear and organized flow of ideas, ensuring that the listener remains engaged and informed about what to expect as the conversation progresses. The effectiveness of more on that later heavily relies on timing and context. It's used when introducing a concept that is relevant to the discussion but requires a more in-depth explanation that is better suited for a later time. This ensures that the audience's attention is not scattered and that they are primed for when the topic is revisited. Understanding the context in which this phrase is used will help you grasp the bigger picture and follow conversations more easily. To better understand how more on that later is used, let's look at some examples. In presentations, today, we'll explore the impact of social media marketing. We'll also touch on the role of analytics, but more on that later. In storytelling, he had an encounter that would change his life forever, but more on that later. In tutorials or classes, this technique is crucial for advanced levels, which we will cover in detail in the next class. More on that later. These examples show how the phrase can be used to tease future content, build anticipation, and keep the narrative structured. When using more on that later in your own conversations or writing, consider the following tips. Be clear. Ensure that the topic you're postponing is clearly defined so your audience knows what to expect. Follow through. Always circle back to the topic you promised to address later. This maintains your credibility and keeps your audience engaged. Use sparingly. While effective, overuse can lead to confusion and disrupt the flow of information. And that wraps up our exploration of more on that later. We hope this video has shed light on how this phrase functions as a crucial linguistic tool in English, helping you to structure your conversations and writings more effectively. Remember, the key to mastering any aspect of language learning is practice and patience. So, keep practicing, and we'll have more interesting insights for you in our future videos. See you next time.